Meatballs, anyone? Hey, everybody. I'm Kelly Wilkness here with Anita Joyce, and this is Decorating Tips and Tricks, episode 375, Our Picks from Ikea. We had so much fun.
The only thing that would have made it more fun is if we had gotten to go to Ikea together.
That would have been a lot of fun.
But I had such a blast there.
So we've had two field trips, really, because a magazine episode, we had to have a little field trip, and this was a real field trip. Like, I had to drive pretty far in the car.
Oh, did you?
There.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not
too
around the
bad
corner.
Here. Mm-hmm. Not too bad here. And I'm doing research. I'm not buying anything. I'm just here for research.
Oh, I wasn't going to buy anything.
And
either.
The Ikea magic. I was under the Ikea spell. I checked out. I spent over $100 on things. And here's the worst part. I'm walking out to the car. I mean, I bought several things, one of which was a stand for my iPad.
Uh-huh.
As I'm leaving the building, the Ikea spell begins to dissipate a bit.
Oh, no.
And that's when I realized I don't need a stand for my iPad. My iPad's cover is a stand.
I saw those and I kept picking them up and putting them back down. I was like, do I need this?
I have an extra one. Would you like one?
Oh, that is so funny. Well, the whole experience was quite new for me. Not that I think I am above Ikea at all. In fact, when we started getting apartments and stuff in New York, that was the time that big blue box was looming large and everybody was decorating their apartments with that. I was just lucky enough to always get great hand-me-downs, and I was a thrift shopper even back then. So I never went that route, but people would go from New York. Somebody would rent a car and they'd go to the Ikea in New Jersey and they would bring all these bookcases back. And yeah. So, I was always sort of fascinated by it. I never dipped in. And can I share with everyone here?
Yes, do.
Until a few days ago, I was an Ikea virgin.
Gasp.
Yeah. Never.
That's what I used Ikea to furnish my daughter's group homes, her bedroom at the group home. I bought Ikea things in there. And wow. Kelly, I didn't think you could shock me, but you have shocked me. How could you have never bought anything there? Because even before, I remember when the store opened in Houston, they sent a coupon for like $15. You could get this great wicker chair, and that lured me in. See, they were already starting on me then.
Yeah,
and that was years ago.
So I was talking about years ago. Okay, so. Blah, blah, blah. Kelly always wants to know the history, but I think it's interesting. And if you don't think it's interesting, then, you can talk amongst yourselves while I'm telling you this.
Don't fast forward though, right?
Don't
Is that what you're saying?
And don't leave. Just, you can talk to your dog or something. Okay,
no, I'm interested to know because I haven't really done that research. So do tell. I'm interested.
Okay. Well, the founder of Ikea, which I don't know whether he's still alive or not. I'm assuming not. But Ingvar Kamprad, IK, stick with me on that. That guy was born in 1926 and he was born a hustler. That little dude at 5 years old was selling matches. He would buy them in bulk in Stockholm and go out and sell them.
I already
Isn't
like
there a
him.
book, that really sad book, The Little Match Girl or something?
Yes.
It made me think of that.
Mm-hmm.
So these little kids are selling individual matches, and there he's buying them in bulk and he's selling them individually with an upcharge. Then he went to flower seeds. Then he went to greeting cards. Then he went to Christmas tree decorations, then pencils and pens. Then let's flash forward. He's becoming, a young man in 1940s and 50s.
So you're saying the matchsticks was his gateway product?
That was his gateway product. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was an entrepreneur and obviously a hustler. So then, Ikea starts sort of taking its formation in the 40s and 50s as a furniture retailer. The design aesthetic and then the idea of self-assembly, even back then. In the 60s and 70s, some iconic Ikea pieces like the Billy bookcase are born. I mean, how many say the Billy bookcase by a blogger, 4 times fast or something?
Oh, I think I had one for a while.
Have redone that bookcase, right? And upcycled it. And then in the 80s, it expanded to the USA, Italy, France, the UK, and started to become the IKEA store that we know today. In the 90s, they started to focus on the children's products. So it was families with young kids. And then our guy, Ingvar, he didn't want to give up control. He didn't want anybody else to be telling him how to run anything. So he didn't go the stock market route. So all the IKEAs are owned by this IKEA group, like franchised by this group. So I thought that was kind of interesting. In the 2000s, they hit Japan and Russia, and they have all kinds of partnerships for environmental and social activism and awareness. So, they're doing good work too, and they're really trying to be sustainable. Now, someone told me a while ago that it was the people in his home country sort of were like, there's all this disposable stuff when we get your things, you need to really clean up your product.
Right.
And so that's what sort of spawned them reducing the packaging and all of that stuff, which, it definitely reduces the packaging if you get something and you have to assemble it yourself rather than coming in this gigantic box. So, there's a lot of good things.
And they don't have bags. You
they
bring your own bag,
buy
or
your own
you
bag,
just
or bring your own bag.
I was just juggling everything as I walked out because I forgot to bring in my bag.
You're not even going to believe. So,
well, I didn't bring a bag because I didn't think I was buying anything.
You were doing research.
I wasn't going to buy anything.
Right. So the IKEA concept is for the many people, affordable, good design. And the name is our dude Ingvar's name, initials. So IK, and then E for the name of the farm that he grew up in, and EA for the name of the village. So the first initials of his first initials, and then the farm and the village. And they have this pledge going on that by 2030, they pledge to use only renewable and recycled materials. So that's a big pledge.
Well, actually, when I was in France, the people there I talked to, they called it Ikea.
Yeah. Well, I guess
so everybody's got their own pronunciation.
But it's really just initials. So I guess you could say it any way you want because it's not really a word necessarily.
Interesting. And I've heard people say that we're pronouncing it incorrectly. So whatever.
Well,
I'm still calling it Ikea.
Yeah. Everybody that was walking, it was so funny because I can see it from the freeway, but then they moved. They were in a smaller location, and now they're in this gigantic blue box, right?
Right.
So I pull up and I find a parking spot, and I have to park. And I'm like, what did I go, Anita? Monday? It was Monday or Tuesday afternoon. And I'm like, who is in IKEA on Tuesday afternoon? I had to park. I almost clocked all my Apple Watch steps getting from my car into the IKEA, let alone going all around it inside. I'm like, who are all these people and what are they doing here? Everybody kind of, they're walking in like they're on a mission. Like they saw something and they wanted, or they desperately need a bookshelf like now, or an iPad stand or something. But then once you get inside, everybody looks slightly bewildered, and they're all go wandering around
they're
and like
trying to follo the maze through the building,
things in their cart, and just like I suddenly need that. So you're absolutely right. It was like this really strange like a thing that was going on, and I got swept right up in it. I got lost inside.
I was taking pictures I took so many pictures that my phone almost died.
Oh my gosh.
And I thought, no, you can't die. I'm not done.
I'm not done. I have to do more research. I had to ask someone. Finally, I'm like, so I guess, are they all the same? What do I know? I'm a virgin. So they had a design section where they had all the rooms sort of set up, and then the marketplace, and then this other place, which is where you went to pick up the stuff that you would have to take home and assemble
the
yourself.
Warehouse. Yeah.
Who knew? Fabulous.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing. So can we start talking about the items we found?
No. Yes, we can. I want to tell you more about Ingvar.
Okay, I think we got that. All right,
go.
Because the whole point of the episode today is to talk about what we would buy, what we recommend, or what we think are fabulous that we found at IKEA.
Because can I just say one thing?
Yes.
I got swept up.
No, I don't think you can say just one thing, but go ahead and try.
That's true. That is a silly question.
Let's see you try. Go ahead.
Not everything is fabulous. Can I just say that?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, we chose our things that we think were fabulous.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why we're curating it. Because
right.
There's some stuff you get swept up and you get in there and you're like, this looks fabulous because I'm in here and this looks great. But then you're like,
iPad stand.
iPad. Right. So that's 3 words, iPad stand. When you get outside, you're like, well, A, I don't need it. And B, I don't want to put it together. But so we decided we were going to curate this fabulous resource of IKEA and see what right now we would have in our homes.
Okay. So I'm going to start. I found cloches. You know how much we love cloches. Did you see them?
I think some followed me home.
Okay. At mine, there were two sizes, and the small one was $4.99, large one $7.99, and they called them the Morgantidig. If I pronounce anyway,
Morgantidig.
So let me just say, I mean, we really need to do
Scottish, not
disclaimer
Spanish.
that the pronunciations from my side are going to be brutally off.
Yeah,
So,
me too. And we'll just put them in the show notes. Okay,
Yeah.
I got the $7.99 version of that too. I knew you were buying it. I was so swept up and I couldn't even send you a text and say, "Are you buying this?" But so then I bought the gold bottom cloche as well, which is
wow,
the Begaviganing, and that was $9.99. But that one's very sort of mod. I love it. It's smaller. It's got a gold bottom. It doesn't have any little knobby on the top. It's just rounded at the top.
Well, my favorite chest of drawers there is the Hemneys. You've probably seen those. And I really liked it in the dark gray stain. Now, for my daughter's room in the group home, I furnished it almost completely from Ikea, and I got her the white Hemneys, tall chest of drawers there. But this one, the kind of more the longer one that's shorter in the dark gray, I thought was really beautiful.
Oh, okay. Now, I didn't even go too far into bigger furniture, so that would be interesting to see. I got a really lovely, chunky, like sort of sweater knit throw.
Oh, which color?
No, you didn't get this because
yes, I did. Which color did you get?
Well, mine is gray and sort of the burnt yellow that I like, and cream.
Oh, okay. Well, I got the duck egg blue chunky.
Okay, I didn't see that one. Okay,
so that one, I'm going to scroll down to give you the name of that one. That one was the Ingabrita.
Nice. Mine is the Ormhauser or Housel, and it was $19.99. It's really nice.
Well, this one was more, okay, I got to go back to it. What was it? This one, I didn't put the price down, but I think it was $29.99 or $39.99. That one was a little more expensive, but duck egg blue is hard to find, and I do love those throws, so I went ahead and got one. I found some storage boxes that were so beautiful. They're in a soft blue. I don't know if you saw those. Lots of different sizes, little labels on the front. I thought they were so beautiful. I could do a whole closet in these boxes, and the collection is called the Kavarndik.
What did you just call me?
But they're so beautiful. You've really got to go check those out.
I didn't see those. My Ikea didn't have a lot of blue from what I remember.
You're not looking for blue.
Maybe I don't have my blue radar on. Okay, so I got 3 awning striped pillow covers that are $5.99 each, and they are the Vargalin wide black and white awning stripe, and I just put a small outdoor love seat up on Laura's balcony, and I thought these will be perfect. And for $5.99, I'm okay if they're not really outdoor pillows.
Yeah,
and they last me the
fine.
season. Because you have to pay so much for outdoor pillows anyway. So go for it. And as we've mentioned before, and I didn't buy any because I am up to my eyeballs with inserts, but IKEA has nice inserts.
Mm-hmm. Well, they had a beautiful wooden bowl. I'm trying to look and see if I have the name of that one. Okay, I don't have that recorded. But I found some beautiful jute rugs, really reasonably priced. The one I saw was $129. I don't know what size that was. But they also had the polypropylene version of a jute rug or a sisal rug, and the $5.95 by 9 was $99.
Oh, that's a good deal.
So yeah, great. They really had a beautiful assortment of rugs, some with lots of color. So definitely worth a trip down there. If you want black and white, there's a beautiful black and white rug there too.
I got a lot of black and white things. I got a lumbar cover. It's the Metalise, actually, Mettalise. It's sort of a herringbone striped in black with white. That was $8.99. So I got one of those. And I grabbed this tea towel off a display. You weren't supposed to do that in mine. They were like, then go to the marketplace and find it, in aisle 647 in bin 34. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that for a tea towel. I'm like, I'll just see if the man will let me buy it. I'll just give it up. But it was a great grain sack-like tea towel in this really pretty oatmeal color with black.
Oh, I don't think I saw. That's so interesting that we saw slightly different things.
Yes.
There was I think my favorite thing I bought there was the Bacarve. And these, I was kind of surprised to see this in an Ikea. They were wool pillows, and the ones I found were pink. But I think they're made from vintage Turkish rugs. Every pillow was different.
Wow.
And they were made in Turkey. And I've seen these before at Round Top. So everyone was slightly different, but they were kind of had a bunch of them in the pink family.
Wow.
And 100% wool. So pretty. And I've been wanting some of those. So I got a couple of those, even though we have tons of pillows because of our store. These were so unique. I got a couple of those. Really beautiful.
Oh, wow. Good for you. And then I wanted to experience the whole assemble your own situation anyway for my research. But I did find this great matte black stool. And I need a stool for up here in the podcast
They've got
studio.
some nice stools. I've bought some step stools and things there.
Yeah.
Very reasonably priced and pretty.
$24.99. It's the Raskog. And so, and it was actually, my lucky number is 23. It was in aisle 23. So I saw that as an omen, and I went and I found it and I pulled it off. That it wasn't too high. I could get it myself. It was really all very civilized, but I do have a funny story, with the last item that I purchased. Don't you just love a great recommendation from a friend? Well, we're delighted to be recommending these companies and their wonderful products to you today. And let them know your friends at DTT sent you. Pesto pork chops over Parmesan polenta. Not that easy to say, but oh so easy to make with Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit company for eating well, and we have such a great deal for you. You're going to save $250. Listen on for the details on that. Green Chef makes eating well easy for any lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat more balanced meals. We're getting into the busy holiday season, so it's a perfect time to have Green Chef help you out. Let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season with their chef-crafted, nutritionist-approved recipes featuring fresh ingredients and nothing artificial. And you know what? You don't have to lose track of your healthy eating habits during the holidays. Every Green Chef customer gets a free session with their registered dietitians who will walk you through how to make clean eating work for you. So sign up for your free session and start on the road towards better health today. And that deal I want to tell you about, visit greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. So that's greenchef.com/DTT250 and use the code DTT250 for $250 off your order. BritBox just keeps getting better. The new Archie is amazing. And it's not the comics. It's about Cary Grant. Archie is the brand new limited series starring Jason Isaacs as Archie Leach, the man who became Cary Grant. From the award-winning screenwriter of Philomena, Archie tells Grant's born in Britain, made in Hollywood story, the dramatic grit to glamour transformation that led him to become one of the most famous people in the world. You are going to absolutely love the acting, but also the styling, the outfits, the scenery. It's the first time his story has been told in collaboration with his daughter Jennifer Grant and ex-wife Diane Cannon. The performances from Jason Isaacs and the rest of the cast are amazing, and it's only available on BritBox. So sign up for BritBox today to stream Archie and other fan favorites from any device. And we have a special limited time offer for our U.S. and Canadian listeners. Get 50% off. Yes, that's 50% off your first month when you sign up for a monthly plan. But only if you go to BritBox.com and use our promotion code DTT at checkout. You're going to love Archie. So head over right now and get 50% off your first month of BritBox. Use the promotion code DTT at BritBox.com.
Another beautiful throw they had was a cream woven throw with kind of a black zigzag stripe, and it was called the Stinamage for $17.99. And so if you're into neutrals, this would be such a beautiful throw to have.
I didn't see that one.
I
That would have gone with my whole collection.
I know. I think you would have really liked it.
Did your IKEA have the woven hat for 25 cents?
I didn't see any hats, but I saw your picture of goodies from IKEA. I didn't assemble a loop photo.
Cute. Just like I'll put it on like a little leather
I thought maybe you just happened to be wearing that. So you got that there?
I got that there. It was how could I say no? It was 25 cents.
Oh my goodness.
And it has black running through it. I'm like, this would be so cute. Like in the spring with maybe a little sprig of flowers on it. Like, hanging from the door or something. Who knows?
There were so many, and there were so many kitchen items that I'm not going to go through all the kitchen items.
Oh my gosh.
There were quite a few. I mean, I bought some of these kind of organizational things and other things from the kitchen. So it goes on and on and on. Now, another thing I found that I thought was really quite nice looking. I was not planning to buy, I didn't buy a sofa, but this is a sofa. It's the Grand Lid sofa, and it was really very nice looking for $649.
Okay, I didn't try any of the sofas out. I was looking and I was feeling.
Mm-hmm.
None of them really. I don't remember seeing that one. None of them really struck me as like, oh yeah, that'd be good. So I didn't even sit on them. But I did find some chairs. Now I didn't purchase them, but I don't really need any more chairs. But if anybody loves a chunky rattan chair, like I love a chunky rattan chair.
Oh, I think I'm going to get two of those.
You should.
I think I know what you're talking about.
HOL.
I don't know what the name of it is, but to use them at a table, right?
Yeah, $99. And then they have a basket. Not that you have to have the matching, but it must be this whole Holma chunky rattan collection because they had baskets that were $9.99.
Oh.
They would be great on a bookshelf or any place, and even in your kitchen for storage. Just, that really, not the cruddy wicker that's going to snap and scrape. It's really that nice chunky rattan in a great color. It was almost, not I would say gray washed, but it definitely tended towards.
What was the basket called?
It's the same thing, that Holma basket.
Because I found by Holma, BYHO.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, those baskets were gorgeous.
Oh yeah,
they're on my list here.
I'm sorry, I left the BY out of my notes. Okay. Yes, it's by Holma.
Okay, yeah, those are beautiful.
And that's the same design as the chairs that I would definitely recommend.
Oh yeah. And now this next item you have seen all over Blogland. I'm sure you've seen them. They're the 3-tiered metal rolling carts. Mm-hmm. Have you seen this? $29.99. It's the Raskov.
Yeah.
What a great deal. I mean, for your craft room or even.
Okay, so I'm starting to make sense of this whole thing. The Raskog, that's the same collection then that I got my stool in.
Oh, is it metal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of metal, did you see the adorable Lind Ved side table? It's a metal side table, kind of like cafe style. It just has these great lines to it. It's so pretty. And you know me, I'm like, oh, well, the cream was nice. It was kind of a creamy white. I'm like, you could make that any color you wanted. It's metal. You just spray paint it.
Oh, sure.
$24.99. Stop.
Well, okay. And we know how much we love white dishes. Did you see the white dishes?
I had to keep walking because I just have too many. And I knew my power of resistance was worn down. It's like maybe the air in there. It's like what they do in Vegas.
They put a spell on you in there.
You're just like, sure, I need it.
Well, I didn't buy any, but the Vardigan is the name of the white dishes. So if you need any white dishes, this is a great.
It. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, you're going to like these, and I'm surprised you didn't see these. Maybe you did. Maybe you haven't gotten to them yet. They are these very large 26 by 26 pillow covers, kind of made in like a drop cloth material. So yummy. Called the Jofrid, and they come in natural, blue, and gray.
I don't think I saw those.
Only the natural was there. I would have gotten some grays, but so great. And for, I think they were like $17.99 by the time you got the drop cloth and got the zipper.
Oh,
come on.
And then you spent all day because I hate sewing zippers. They're hard.
I'm also a virgin at that. I've never done that.
Yeah. White.
I'm an envelope pillow girl.
Yeah. Well, me too. If I'm sewing it, that's what it's going to be. So white wooden hangers called boomerangs.
Boomerangs? Because they come back at you.
Yeah, I guess. And they
try to get rid of that blouse and it comes back.
Yeah, but they were, big stacks of them. Ooh. And I don't know about you, but I really like the look in a closet.
Okay, we would still be in there if we went together.
Because I love all matching hangers in my closet, and I kind of have all matching.
Yeah,
but
kinda.
These, if I didn't already have them, I would be buying hundreds of these just to go in my closet because they were so nice looking, and they're white. They just look so pretty.
Oh, I bet. Oh my gosh.
I'm talking myself into it now,
no,
going back and getting them.
Because you can buy them online. Okay, I skipped over this because I got so excited. I went to my next page. Did you see it's not sauerkraut, but the sauerkraut enamelware cream colored pitchers? They were calling them vases.
Oh, I think I have one of those. The tall one?
I got the little one. Oh, it's so yummy. It's so cute.
Oh, those are adorable.
Yeah, that was
Did
really
you see? Okay, how about the pink dishes?
Yeah, I had to walk by the dishes. I couldn't.
See, again, I didn't buy them, but
I'm so proud.
I took a picture of them because I wanted to talk about them.
Yeah, no,
Strimmig.
I knew you would do the dishes, so I figured I wouldn't do the dishes.
Beautiful. Yeah, they're really nice.
And something we talk about, or I think I talk about probably a lot, is the willow branches and putting them in big vases and making such a really statement on your table or an entry table or something like that. Willow branches, you don't have to worry about them getting broken in the mail, and you don't have to pay for shipping. $9.99 a bunch. The Torca branches.
Now, I am not in need of this, but they were so charming. No, I didn't get them.
Said no home decorator ever.
But I thought these are so charming. You were talking about how they now have children's things. The play kitchens. Were so cute. They had some assembled in there, and I thought, if my girls were little still, I would be buying every one of those up. They were so cute, and some little kids are going to have so much fun with those.
There were a lot of little kids. Maybe this whole family thing, took fire in the 90s when they started it, but there were a lot of kids in there when I was there, like littles, because they weren't in school, and they were playing with a lot of that stuff. Okay, so after I go through the whole thing, so I go in, I say, okay, I'll go to the design section first. I'll look around. And then I was like, I had to ask somebody how to get to the marketplace. And then I had to ask somebody, how do I follow the arrows?
You just follow the arrows on the floor.
Mine is several floors. Isn't yours a couple of floors?
Mine's just 2 floors.
Oh, I don't know. I felt like it was many floors. I don't know. And then
you needed an escort there.
I did. At first, I didn't even pick up a bag when I came in. I just had my purse and I was like, I'm not buying anything here. And then by the end, I had a shopping cart and one of those like big dolly carts with me to get out of the store. Okay, so I see this table.
I'm not surprised.
I see this table and I'm like, oh, wow. Remember kind of when Anita shamed me for still having my metal scrolly table on my porch and I was decided I had to get rid of it. So I
did not shame you.
Well, we joked about it and I was like, you're right. I was like, I just needed that little push to get rid of it. So anyway, I told you I got this great NOLA coffee table from Better Homes and Gardens, and I had that on the porch, but then I brought that in the back and I liked it better there. And so then I wanted something for the porch and I didn't want that same thing. So I was like, I think I'll just thrift a black table. I'll try to find a black round, a round table, and then I'll just paint it black. And, and I'm thinking, like this would happen whenever I tripped upon something like that. Well, there I am in Ikea, just doing research. And I see this table and it's like $99. It's the perfect height. It's black. It's wooden. It seems perfectly perfect. Nice and round and big, nice circular size. It's going to be great. So I think I'm not going to buy that. Let me think about it. And I guess I could always buy it online. But then just as I'm ready to leave the store, I spy the 50% off section. So I go in and I'm looking around, and the woman who was working in there assured me, because there were a lot of jute rugs rolled up, and I was like, how do you know?
Next time I'll just drive the getaway car.
Yeah. I think You've done that before. So I said to this woman, how do you know if the rugs are good? And she's like, oh no, these are all just like people bought them and they were the wrong size. You know, we wouldn't put a rug out here that's not in good shape.
Oh, I need to go there and look.
Yeah. But they're like open box, you know, kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And so but a few of the things, you know, the tables and stuff like had some scratches and whatever. But what do I find? This Krog Star table in black sitting there, and it's $49.50.
Oh, stop it.
And it's assembled.
Oh, even better.
Oh my goodness. I started sweating and I was like, oh goodness, good thing I have my native deodorant on. I'm fine, but here I am. And I have my big cart and my hat is like blowing around and all my other
But
things.
you got a new hat now.
Well, that was my hat. It was in the cart.
Oh, okay.
It was like, you know, they had the warehouse door open and everything's blowing around. So then I was like, if I wanted to buy this, like, does someone help you? You know, I already have my stool I have to assemble and all these things in my basket. I can't fit this giant table.
Right.
And the girl's like, well, I can help you. And I'm like, well, sure. You know, I can carry it. I just can't push 2 carts. She's like, well, I'll push you to the checkout.
Yeah.
So I get through the checkout. I get outside. I go to my car and I can't fit it in my car.
No.
Right. And now it's like coming upon the time where I have to I said to myself, I have to be out of here by X time because I have to pick Laura up at school.
Oh, no.
So I'm starting to get really sweaty. So I put all the other stuff in the car and I pack it down. I'm like, okay, Kelly, you just can't have it at 50% off. You're just going to have to order it if you want it and just run back. So then I'm like, and I'm going really fast through the parking lot. And then I have to re-enter. And then I see some guys helping people loading up and unloading. And I was like, wait a minute, do you have an Allen wrench? And he's like, yes. So these 2 guys helped me take the whole thing apart.
Oh,
I have all the pieces in my pockets.
There you go.
I sounded like the ghost of Christmas Past, like dragging. I had like all these. It was like I had all this stuff in my pockets, all this metal rattling around.
That's
and
funny.
then now it's in 3 pieces, and one of the legs is. I'm like, oh my god, I hope I have all the washers, and I need.
No
I
kidding.
said to him, can I please have your Allen wrench because I don't know if I have one that same size. He gave me his Allen wrench. I ran to the car. I rolled it in. I put the pieces in the back, and off I went.
Oh, wow. Did you get it put back together?
I did. Because it was one of those things I say, if I don't do this now, I'm going to lose one of these pieces.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's perfect. And it was $49.50.
Okay, well, back to my next item.
Mm-hmm.
There's a beautiful white ceramic lamp that I think has some nice detail on it. And it's got some hobnail detail on it, not the whole thing. Really pretty, $49.99.
And it comes with a shade?
It does come with a shade.
Whoa. Okay. I didn't see that at all. And I love hobnail. That would have been
Yeah, it's really pretty. I thought it was very nice.
I think your Ikea has different stuff than mine.
Well, it might have. In fact, there was a really, I do like the British look, and there was a plaid chair that I just thought that is just, it's not really my look, but I was really drawn to it. It just kind of, reminds me of Scotland. And it was the stock sun in the, I don't know what style they call it, but it's a plaid for $3.99, and it was a comfortable chair.
Oh,
yeah.
That makes me think of the Stockholm velvet poof that I saw. Now that was for the things I was seeing. This was more pricey, $139. But man, was that a good looking velvet
though?
poof?
Yeah,
and in this delicious blue.
Well, you know what else I saw that I think it was outdoor wicker, but there was an outdoor wicker seating set with cushions on it. Now, it was in one of the design areas, and I couldn't find the sticker to tell me what the name of it was, but it looked so nice. And it was kind of like set up like it was a rooftop kind of garden. And I thought that would be so nice to have in a covered area. I think that would be so pretty and comfortable. You know
what I noticed too, as I was looking around at the various IKEA shoppers, because I was just so surprised it was as crowded as it was. People seem to be there in teams.
They need a team to load the car. That's why.
Well, clearly, but also maybe just to keep each other on the track, or get the information, because then you have to go find the thing. I don't know. There were very few people there by themselves.
Yeah, I know. Well, and it's interesting at ours. Of course, Houston's one of the most international cities. I think it is the most international city in the U.S. But when I go there, it's like the United Nations. There's so many different countries represented there. You hear all kinds of languages. And so you really sense the international appeal of IKEA when you go in the store, at least to the one here.
Isn't that interesting? Were you tempted? But I was actually had my hand in the freezer when I noticed I was going to get the meatballs.
Oh,
I was like totally drinking the Kool-Aid, eating the meatballs. I had my hand, and then I was like, oh, do I need the lingonberry sauce too? And that's when I looked up, and I was like, 50% off section. Shut the freezer. And then with all I had to deal with the chair, I was like, damn, I didn't get the meatballs, but maybe next time.
Well, I bought one, of the duck egg blue throws, and I'm taking it to the farm to see if it goes with the bedding on the girls' beds. So if it works, I'm going to have to go back and buy 2 more because there's 3 beds in the room.
Oh, then get the meatballs.
So I may be going back, and if I do, I'm going to listen to this so I can hear everything
I know.
that you recommended. And I'm definitely going to check
funny?
out the meatballs too. I know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess you could spend a whole weekend
I think
there.
you could spend the night there easily.
And they might not even know. I mean, I had fun. I'm glad we came up with this. This was Anita's idea to do this. And I thought it was such fun.
It was fun. It was fun to go, and it was fun to talk about what we found. I mean, and I have so many more pictures, but I think we've covered quite a bit.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do this in another 6 months. I'm sure they'll have new things by then. And and anybody let us know, if you have some IKEA finds that you just think are fabulous.
We probably missed some important ones.
I'm sure we did. And as we're saying, maybe all IKEAs are not exactly created equal. There are
I'm beginning to wonder now.
Products and different ones. Or, if you're a real IKEA specialist and you can give us any tips, that would be great.
Oh, yeah, because we're so not experts. And this is the first time you've gone and bought something, and I really hardly ever go. But when I was in there, I thought, well, I really need to come back. Especially if you need stuff for your kitchen.
Yeah.
They have so much for your kitchen.
Useful place, a lot of useful things. But you just have to sort of keep yourself in check because it is very easy to be like, oh, it's only $5.99. But I mean, for all the things I got, I didn't have sticker shock when the
no, but everything's reasonably priced. But I like it too because I like, I don't want the plastic containers. I want glass containers. So they had lots of glass containers and ceramic and stainless steel pans. So all these things that are going to be really good for storing your food or serving your food. So, I mean, that's good to know as well.
Right. Yeah. And I would not have thought it as a place to go to get things like that. But of course, yes, they have tons of it. Or glasses. Like I just stayed away from all that because I'd only had a certain period of time. But if you needed drinking glasses, the sets of glasses were so reasonable.
Oh, like you said, you can furnish your entire house there. And then let me say before we go on to the crushes, if you need a new kitchen, they have kitchen. You can design your entire kitchen in there. They have vanities for your bathroom. And I saw refrigerators in ours too.
Oh, I didn't know they had appliances there.
Yeah, they do. Well, at least refrigerators.
Green Chef is a delicious delight any time of year, but especially during the holidays. What a wonderful vision to behold as the Green Chef boxes on your doorstep. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well. And it makes eating well so easy with plans to fit every lifestyle, whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, or just looking to eat a more balanced diet. So let Green Chef take the work out of eating clean this holiday season. And if you've got guests coming, shop Green Bundles. They're now available at the Green Market. It's your one-stop shop for nutritious grab-and-go breakfasts, including vegan options, brunch kits, wholesome lunches, ready-to-eat snacks, veggie sides, and more. You can feel your best this December and do your best with Green Chef because they offset 100% of the delivery emissions as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. Go to greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT and get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. greenchef.com/60DTT and use the code 60DTT to get 60% off plus 20% off your next 2 months. Go ahead, clean out your closet, then head straight to Quince. I love every item Quince offers, from wardrobe to decor, and I can really recommend their Ultra Stretch Super Wide Leg Pant at $49.90. The price is unbeatable, and the look is so flattering. It keeps you in on top and flares out of the bottom. Everything feels right with Quince. The price, the quality, and the sustainability. Quince offers a range of luxury wardrobe and home goods at prices within reach. And like Quince's clothing, their home goods are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes. Once you've cleaned out your closet and refreshed with Quince, you can also add something to your home decor. So give your wardrobe and your home the refresh it needs with Quince. Go to quince.com/DTT to get free shipping and 365-day returns on your next order. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/DTT for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/DTT. And let me know how you love those pants. Okay, so crushes.
Crushes. I have a crush I think you're going to like, Kelly. It is a Netflix show called Monty Don's French Gardens.
I love Monty Don's French Gardens.
I know. Well, and there's Monty Don's Italian Gardens too. Mm-hmm. But I enjoyed it so much when I was watching it recently, and I just thought, oh, I've got to tell everyone about it. Because he's showing these beautiful gardens, but there's also a history lesson. Mm-hmm. But I love history, and I love the fascinating details of what happened. There was a tale of someone who had such a beautiful garden that he showed it off to the king of France, and the king was jealous, and then he lost his garden. I don't know if he put
good thing he lost his head.
Well, he might have. I can't remember what happened to him, but there's something bad. So you don't want to have something nicer than the king's, apparently. Yeah. But anyway, just all the interesting details of what happened with different gardens, who started them, what went into why they did them, and just all the history of it. I'm just so fascinated by all of that.
He's such a charming host.
Oh, he's delightful.
Yeah, he's
absolutely
very
delightful.
Sweet. He's a little bumbly and just wonderful. I just
love it. And he speaks fluent French.
Yes.
I think he may live in France now.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I like him a lot.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's good. I'm not surprised you know about him. Yes, I loved him. What's yours?
I actually watched a lot of that last year when I was last Christmas. I was wrapping gifts, and our friend Leedy at French Garden House had told me about it, and I just had it on the iPad while I was wrapping all the presents, and it was so really fun.
Well, the beauty of it is, we don't have a Wi-Fi at the farm, and so I download things on my iPad to watch, and so that I was out there for several days for the Round Top Antique Show, and I had that on there, so I just was enjoying watching it out there. By myself at the farm. I really enjoyed it. It was kind of a nice little vacation.
Well, I have a watching thing too, but I also am going to tell people about the book version too, in case they don't have that. Mm-hmm. I know I've mentioned to you all before the masterclass, which is an app.
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about.
Right. That you can purchase. So you can check that out. I'll put a link in the show notes and just check out masterclass in general. But it was a Christmas gift that Peter had given me, and we've been trying to get through them. And truth be told, we haven't watched as many as we'd like to because it's just a lot easier to listen to podcasts. You can be doing other things at the same time, right? But it is really nice for some of them to really watch the videos. So I recently watched Alice Waters, from
Love her. Oh,
fame.
Yes.
So, Alice Waters is, if you don't know, which I'm sure you all do, but she's kind of like the mother of the organic food movement and, maybe even the slow food movement, all of these wonderful things. And she's had her restaurant Chez Panisse in Berkeley, California for, 30 years, something like that. So her masterclass was wonderful. And you really felt like you were in her kitchen with her. And she had her daughter, Fanny, with her. And, she's a grown woman and she has had experience in the kitchen as well. And so they were cooking together. And she just taught you all these things about, what should be in your pantry and about how you should approach food. And her recipes were so simple and so easy. I mean, you could just remember them after she told you. But so if you don't have masterclass, she has a book, which is called My Pantry, and it's written with her daughter, and it's homemade ingredients that make simple meals your own. So I would recommend that book if you can't get a hold of masterclass. But if you can watch, maybe she might have some of her own videos out. I don't even know that, but it's really a delight to watch her. She's a lovely lady with a lot of good info.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just listening to an audiobook, her autobiography. I didn't get to listen to the
you
whole
did?
thing.
Oh,
well, I started listening and then I ran out of time because
Well, you can
I
start again,
checked
though.
it out. Well, I checked it out from the library, so I'll have to check it out again.
Oh.
I mean, I do it digitally, and then
Right.
I just download to my phone.
And how long do they give you? Not too long.
Well, you can choose a 7-week checkout time or seven. You can choose a 7-day or a 14-day.
Yeah,
and I think I chose
7
the
weeks.
14.
Come on, Anita.
No,
You can
I
listen
was
to
wrong.
someone.
No, misspoke. Yeah.
Okay, well, here's another lovely lady, Christina from California, who's been a longtime listener. And we just got the most spectacular email from Christina just in this past week.
Hi, Christina.
Yeah, we just had to let you all know about it and thank Christina on air for her beautiful email. So I'd love to read the entire thing to you, but I will just sort of pull out some excerpts. So, hi, Kelly and Anita. Last night I hosted my neighborhood book group. Yikes. And she goes on to say she was very nervous having her friends over. They've been working on her renovation of her home and that she had barely decorated. But as a longtime DTT listener, she learned a lot and she knew she could pull the party together. Her husband and her mom both asked how she made her home look so great in no time flat. And she told them that she followed our advice. Insert tear by Kelly and Anita. So she says, at first I took everything out of the rooms that didn't work. My painting projects, my refinishing projects, extra chairs, things that didn't work. And I just decluttered. When in doubt, take it out. I opened my windows and
stop
let the
there.
light in.
I love that. When in doubt, take it out.
Yes, that's Christina.
What a
We're
good
quoting you.
phrase. Yes, great quote. We're going to be using that one again.
Yes. She opened her windows and let the light and the beautiful breeze in. She brought out her white dishes and platters and stacked them as decor in the kitchen and dining room. She added little glass vases with white candles on top of the dishes, and the candlelight added so much warmth. She put a vintage chest of drawers and a couple big comfy chairs in her breakfast nook instead of a table and chairs, and it looked so welcoming. And of course, a bunch of green apples went under a cloche on the kitchen counter. She has a neutral gray, white, and blue palette. So she was able to move some pillows around from other rooms, and she made it really nice and cozy and welcoming. She bought an inexpensive bouquet at Costco and filled a white pitcher and a couple of glass cylinder vases. And she said she remembered what we always say about organics. So she ran out to her yard and clipped some additional leaves and branches and flowers and added them to her Costco arrangements. And she says, wow, all of a sudden I had big, beautiful flowers. And then she left some empty space and she decided not to worry about filling every little corner. She put on some lipstick, put on the music, brought out the wine and the cheese, and opened the door with a big smile. And then everyone was asking her because everything looked so beautiful. One of her neighbors asked to take photos, and her other neighbor told me that she wants to now redecorate her home. And she was so sweet. She said, so now they all know my secret. I told them about Kelly and Anita, of course. I'm so grateful for your great advice, and it made this house a home.
Oh my goodness. I mean, doesn't that makes my day, makes my week.
Mm-hmm.
That is so wonderful. I mean, that's why we're here.
Oh my gosh. Christina, thank you so much. That was so beautiful for you to share it. And thank you so much for listening and letting us know that, the things that we're sharing really worked for you. Oh,
Thanks
I'm so glad
much,
you had a
Christina.
fun evening. And I'm sure you're going to get a lot of people that want you to now redecorate their house, and you go
Exactly.
for it, girl.
That's right.
You start your
thanks
own
so much.
business in California. I don't think you're too near me. I'm not sure where your city is, but I'm going to look it up and see how close you are.
Fantastic. And thanks so much to you for listening today and hanging out with us. We had so much fun on our trip and sharing all these great finds with you. And remember, we're here to inspire you to create a beautiful home. Until next time.
We are here for you. And we really do enjoy doing these. And I think we help people a lot. So if you want to sign up for a consult, head to the link in the show notes. It's decoratingtipsandtricks.com/consult. We hope to talk to you soon.